Hello, Randy Rain here, and this is part 2 of the Teddy and Grubby series here. And in this video, we're going to talk about Grubby. I've already done Teddy, and so if you need Teddy, go check the other video. This one is about Grubby and getting him to work and how he works. And if you have one that's not working, I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong with it. I'm also showing you how to change out the jack so you don't have to use the proprietary cord from Worlds of Wonder. So let me show you what's going on with Grubby. Now first, Grubby is just like Teddy. You're going to have to cut the hand-sewn part. This time it's right there on the back and it goes all the way lengthwise. If you're going to change out the jack, you're going to have to undo all of it and re-sew it back. If you're not changing out the jack, and hopefully the electronics work, I wouldn't count on it. You can just fix the servos in the head. And the servos in the head are just like the ones in Teddy. And so you can just take the head off. There we go. Eyes don't pop out very well. Come on. Yeah. Okay, let's continue just like the other one. You gotta take this off. Then you take these big long ones off. Oh yeah, I have to clean that up for sure. This one comes off. And you want that one to come off and not the other side. So you kind of make sure it's coming off there. Really get in there. Oh yeah, I got under these wires. There. Aha! Gotcha. Just take this off. That off. Take that off. Now I'm going to undo one of those. Get some of this grease down in there. There we go. Come on. Just to make sure. Put a little oil in there with it. There. Now this can go back. Another pulley back. Alright, that one should be good to go. Slip that in there. Get that up with those wires out. Start working this out like that. Pop that out. Go ahead and take one of these off. I don't know why they didn't make it so that pulley would go through there, but they didn't. So go ahead and pull that off. Take this off, get to that motor. And I undid one so I don't put electricity back into any of this. See it? You can see it doesn't do anything. Shove a bunch of this white lithium grease down in here. Give it a little spin. Shove some oil down in there too. Really? There we go. Come on. Here. There we go. Now this can go back on. Now the pulley can go back on. And for people who didn't see the other video, this is just a hair tie. They're made out of silicone, so they'll last a long time. And they work fine. Now I need to make it go all the way one direction. Okay, that's as far as that will go. That direction. And then I just mark it, like I'm going to mark it along this thing right here. So there. Now we'll flip it around, go the other direction. That's as far as it'll go. So we'll mark it here and then bring it back and find the difference between these two here, somewhere around here. Doesn't have to be exact. And I know that needs to line up here. That's pretty good right there. So now that's centered. And that needs to be centered because of this. And boy, these things get tarnished. All this area here has to be sanded and get all that oxidation off of it. Because that's where these two little prongs here connect to. So you want to give them a little scratching too, just a little bit, and then bend them out just a hair. Just make them want to push a little harder. Then I'm just going to give this a little cleaning here. Get all that off of there. Now when this goes on, that little top piece needs to go right there. So it needs to go back on just like that. There. Now this can go on top, push down onto that, and you can put this thing on. Spring down there. I'm going to leave that in. So it goes this way. Slide that back there. That's for the upper part there. There, get on there. Come out some. Yeah, get in there. You could probably reuse these belts, but they're so old and they're stuck in the shape that I don't bother. Huh, there's a mark right there. Do all of them already have a mark? They may already have a mark. There's a mark right there. So they may already have marks to where the center is. My God, look how tarnished these things are. Where in the world was this thing stored? Get off of there, jeez. Okay. Get rid of that. These weird things. Brute force this thing off here. Jeez. There. A tab right there, and a tab there. Tab here. Tab there. There's Grubby's circuit board. Grubby doesn't have plugs like Teddy does, but here are the inputs for the plug. This orangish red here, a green, a brown, and a yellow. And so this is ground. This is audio. This is the switching, and this is the control. The audio is coming right over here. Same little IC here with the capacitors going to the speaker right here. The switching here, so it's going to a transistor, to the base of a transistor, but it's also going to a collector of a transistor, and then this is a flip-flop chip. And so this is the power, this is the switching, this is what makes it turn on and stay on. All right, you ready to see what was wrong with Grubby and what is probably wrong with every broken Grubby out there and why? Well, I will show you. Here is the lines coming in from Teddy. Just like on Teddy, negative, audio, switching, data control. If you follow data control comes over to here, comes around here, and it goes to this transistor right here. And it goes via this little resistor right here. It's going to the base, turning on that transistor. Every negative pulse that is coming out of the transistor from Teddy is turning that on. Now here's the odd thing. The emitter of this transistor here is not connected to positive like it should be. It's connected to negative, which is not correct. This is a PNP transistor. And with the transistor, it's supposed to be the opposite. Negative will switch to positive, positive will switch to negative. Instead of putting another set of circuit in there to reverse everything, they just threw this PNP transistor in there and just stuck the emitter onto negative so that you have negative switching negative. And so over time, that's getting wore out. It's a quick fix, but it's not a lasting fix. So probably every broken Grubby out there is that. Change that transistor out. It's a 2N3906. I don't know, maybe you can put a better one in there. But that's the problem.
Oh, okay, Gimmick.
We'll start loading the supplies.
We didn't know it then, but someone else was very interested in what we were doing. It was the evil Tweeg.
That was freaking it. That was freaking it. Take that, Worlds of Wonder. Alright, the original one of these plugs was just held in by hot melt glue. This clip here hold still, Grubby. We're going full on here. Okay. Take this off. And go up a lot higher. There. And there. All these little plastic pieces got to go in this little slot. So there it is. That's how Grubby works, and that's how Teddy works with Grubby. So you ready to see it in action? Well, where was that story going from last video?
What kind of creature would you say she was? Oh, maybe a caterpillar. A caterpillar! And what did she build around herself? A cocoon! Let's go tell Grubby. Well, Grubby had already found out what Gimmick had remembered, because when we got to him, Karen had already come out of her cocoon, and she was now a beautiful butterfly.
Karen, you're beautiful. Well, I mean, you were beautiful before, but now you're even more beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Grubby.
Did you know you were going to turn into a butterfly?
No, I didn't.
Gosh.
But I do remember the snail saying that maybe butterflies could help you get home.
Yeah, that's right. Karen, would you do that for us?
Of course, Grubby.
Hey, that's great. Indeed. Let's get the airship ready. The tiny airship took off into a calm sky. Soon, Karen was joined by many other butterflies. Some of them had remembered being in Gimmick's Valley before, and so we headed home. The butterflies in springtime lead us on our way. It took us a while, but at last we got back to Gimmick's house. We guided the airship into the same position it was in when it had shrunk.
Then we asked Karen to push the green button on the portable reducing machine.
All right, here goes.
So there it is, Teddy and Grubby, and they're both on eBay right now as a set, and you're going to have to pay for them. Otherwise, I will gladly keep them. But if you liked this video and this helped you out and you enjoyed it and all that, please hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff, hit the subscribe button. Anyway, I want to thank these people. These are the patrons. These are the people who brought you the breakdown of Teddy and Grubby, and I couldn't do any of this stuff without them. So I thank them oh so very much. And if you'd like to help out and become a patron as well, there are some perks, so go check the links out. Anyway, thanks for watching.
We were finally back to our normal size. We thanked Karen and the other butterflies. And I think that Grubby had a little love dance tonight.
You're right, Teddy. And I also had a little tear in my eye. But I said goodbye to Karen anyway, because I knew that it had only been an accident, but I was in her world for a while. Now she and the other butterflies had to fly off to fill the summer sky with beauty.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Karen. Goodbye.